To finalize, we do a little comparison to make what we just did very, very clear. That's a Formula One race car driver. He needs a tool in order to do his job. What does he need? A car. We're going to give him that brand new Porsche and ask him to drive it at that speed. Anybody here doubt that he's going to do it? No. Perfectly capable car, perfectly capable guy, no problem. Now, we take the same driver, but now we're going to change his tool. Let's give him that. And let's ask him to achieve the same result. Is he going to do it?
No.
Did I change the driver?
No.
Did I change the objective?
No.
Did I change the car?
Yes.
Who's responsible then not to achieve the goal? The car. Salesperson, sales process, quota. Okay? This guy is capable of executing whatever that car is capable of driving at. Evidently, if I bring here somebody that can't drive, he's not going to do it either. Okay? But I'm assuming right now from our perspective that he is capable. Okay? This guy has to have the ability to drive it. I'm not saying, ignore that. This guy has to have the ability. You have to have salespeople that are able to execute. But what I am saying is, whatever he is executing is very important because he cannot make the process better just by executing it better. Clear? Easy to understand? Okay, very quickly, very, very quickly, because a lot of people ask us, and how do you do this? What we do is we stand at the quota end and look at the sales process backwards. All right? At this stage of the game, we draw the funnel like this because if I do it differently, and we usually are presenting this, people don't understand. Now you guys know that this is not the ideal shape of the funnel, and you know why. But we stand at quota and look backwards into the sales process. What is a quota? People usually only remember one thing about it, but it has two components. Number one is how much?
How much money?
And number two?
What's the loadability of it, or the number of
When. It has a time component, but people usually don't look at it. So it is how much and by when. So we have a time factor in there. So if we know the different process, the different steps, of my process, I can look at it backwards. This is where I want to go. And if I know the different steps of my process, I can come back to where I have to begin. And I have to look at different metrics of the steps. I don't have time to go into that. But once we build it backwards, we execute it forward. Okay? We stand over here at the beginning, which is our marketing world. These are the steps of the process. We make sure we look at how many opportunities are at each step, how fast are they moving through each step, and what is moving, which in sales is what is the price or the amount of money. And this is what takes us from having nothing, zero, to achieving our quota. That's where the name of our company comes from. We take you from zero to quota. And that arrow is the representation of the things that are moving through here. What is moving through there? What are these? Opportunities. Okay? Listen to what I said. What's moving through the process is opportunities, not customers. I don't know if that hit home really hard.
So they're prospects and suspects?
Well, yeah, prospects. The reason I use the word customers is because there's things out there called CRMs, customer relationship managers. Okay? They have their place, but we believe that they don't have sales intelligence because they're looking at the prospect. The prospect or customer does not move through the process. What moves are the objects that the process or customer creates, which are opportunities. Those are the things we want to track along the process. Now, is it important to know how many opportunities do we have at each step of the process? Is it important to have some idea of how fast do we have to move them from step to step? Is it important to know how much value do they have? Those three components form what we call the flow. And it is the flow of opportunities going through the process that you want to be tracking. If you design a flow that is correct from those three variables, how many, how fast, and how much are they worth, it will take you to where you want to go. So when you understand all this, the activity of selling becomes the activity of maintaining the right flow. If you maintain the right flow, you will get to where you want to go. Is it clear from what we've done today that why the flow, the identification of the constraint and all that is so critical? Let's select here a process. Simple one. Okay? Suppose we have a process that only has these steps: contact, personal visit, presentation, quote, and close. Okay? You want to track it. You need a system that tracks your load, which is how many opportunities do you have at each step, your duration, how long is it taking you to move them, and the values. If you control those three according to whatever you design, depending on your quota, depending on your process, and you maintain those levels, it will become a quota achieved. All right? So the perspective is maintain the flow in your sales process. Understand that you are executing and selling a sales process. Design your process to make sure that it achieves what you are looking for. We go to companies, they say we want to sell $10 million. We look at their process, and we can clearly see that it can only sell 4. Some people look at us and say, why, were you here last year and you know that we only sold 4? And it is so repeatedly, every time it happens. Change your process, make it achieve what the number you're looking for, and then make sure that the people you have are capable of executing it.